You're welcome back to Network Africa. Cote d'Ivoire's Prime Minister Daniel Cameron-Duncan has resigned and President Alassane Ouattara has accepted his letter. The decision is reportedly aimed at boosting the efficiency of the country's governance. Now, it's not all out of the ordinary in the country. It is in preparation for a new government to be formed next week. Back here in Nigeria, in continuation of a visit to the country, Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Ms. Christine Lagarde, has met with the leaders of the National Assembly. Although the lawmakers are currently on recess, Senate President Bukola Saraki and some lawmakers from the two chambers of the National Assembly were on ground to receive the IMF boss. A chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator John Eno, and that of Appropriations, Senator Danjuma Goje, were also at the meeting. The Senate President told the IMF boss that Nigeria is experiencing challenging times due to low oil prices and insurgency in the northeast. He, however, said Nigeria is resilient and will surmount these challenges. Senator Saraki told his guests that the National Assembly has a key role to play in ensuring that government policies are sustainable. Mr. Lagarde said that Nigeria has some tough choices to make and time is of the essence. Now, she also held a dinner with Nigerian business women in the country. Channels TV business correspondent Bolaji Akinwale is here to tell me more on that. Well, I know you were not at that meeting, but you did have some, information about what Ms. Lagarde discussed with the Nigerian women. So tell us all about that.
Yes, of course. The women are very critical to the development of any economy, and we have a very great role to play in moving Nigeria forward. She met with the women in business yesterday. It was a dinner strictly for the women, and a lot of things. Men must have been jealous, I guess. A lot of things were discussed at that meeting. Of course, funding for businesses run by women was very, very important for Ms. Lagarde. And of course, remember, she came in 2011, where she also met with the same women, and she talked about the fact that we need to support ourselves back then. And yesterday, the same issue was also raised. We need to support other women. Women who have been out there need to pull along those, at the bottom of the ladder. You have to pull as many people as possible, because when you have women right, left, front, and back, you can achieve a lot. So that was a very, very important lesson that was mentioned at that meeting. So she wanted to know the bottlenecks that women face in business, because we all know that in a country like Nigeria, we have a lot of men controlling things. Women are just trying to find their feet, But she wanted to know how we've been able to get along with the men and know that we have our place. No matter how many men are in the society, they may not be able to do as much as the women do as well. So she wanted to know the bottlenecks that we face. How are we making progress with such bottlenecks? How are we able to surmount the challenges that we've been facing over the years in the country? Of course, our contribution to the economy is very key to Ms. Lagarde as well. Okay, the girl child was also very important. The girl child is one topic that will never leave the lips of Nigerians. You have to educate the girl child. When you educate a woman, you educate a whole country. When you educate a woman, you're able to educate a whole family, and so that's how it goes. So she wanted to know how the girl child in Nigeria is doing. She also believed that if women come together, there is a lot of energy. She wants women to be confident. You must be able to hold your own. You must have integrity. You must be able to, know that the future is very bright for you as a woman.
Bolaji, thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa. I'm glad that you were able to bring us up to speed on that meeting with Ms. Christine Lagarde. Our business correspondent Bolaji Akinwale. Now to other matters here in Nigeria. The Taraba state government is appealing to residents not to be afraid to go to hospitals to receive treatment if they have any symptoms that could seem like Lassa fever disease. Meanwhile, health workers have been deployed across the state to educate residents about the symptoms and ways of preventing it.
Since the discovery of what is suspected to be Lassa fever disease in Taraba State in December last year, there has been apprehension among citizens on how and where the disease that broke out 4 years ago resurfaced. This has prompted the state government to embark on a facility tour of the Federal Medical Center Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. A commissioner for health is taken round the wards to see the state of the facilities and how the hospital is handling the cases of suspected victims. He assures residents that the state will do all it can to reduce the risk.
We will do our best to reassure the general public that we have adequate provisions for treatment. We have provided isolation facilities, so the general public should not fear coming to the hospital for other medical conditions. Lassa fever is a treatable condition. We only urge the general public to try, those who are sick should try and report to the hospital as early as possible.
While asking the citizens to be calm, the medical director insists that the cases they have not been confirmed until the blood samples are out.
I want to use this medium to call upon the public not to panic. You can only contract Lassa fever through blood and blood products, not by handshake, not by hugging. And even the Federal Medical Center that are managing the patient, please and please, we are urging people that are sick, you can still attend the hospital to seek care. There's no fear that you are going to contract Lassa fever just by visiting the hospital.
As the state awaits the results of the blood samples taken for verification, health workers have been deployed to the rural areas to educate citizens on the symptoms and ways of preventing the disease, which is mainly contacted from rodents.
And that's Network Africa today. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. See you next time.